This look for summer has quite literally had me in a chokehold.
She wanna know me. I stay low key, all gas, no brakes, baby. Let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD. I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and the one. So what it's gonna be? Baby, squad up. We finna
I cannot believe that I have not posted a new video on this channel in over a month. Like, what? Your girl is tweaking, okay? Literally. I was trying to get ready really quick one day and I created this look right here and it has been my go-to look as of late. I can literally complete this look in 30 minutes if I'm not filming it and I'm just like moving. And this is a full coverage look, don't get it twisted, but for summertime. This will stay on my face in Atlanta heat and I will be just fine, looking super flawless. I love this eyeshadow look. It looks very natural, like I barely did anything. These lashes are everything. They're super perfect for my eye shape and for this particular look. And then the face, I mean, if you don't like pink blush, you could do whatever color blush you want, whatever lip color you want with this, but the base and the eyes is like everything for this look. If y'all would like to see how I created this signature summer look, y'all know what to do. Definitely keep watching. Let's start by prepping the lips. I'm going to go in with this Ole Henriksen lip treatment. This is in Cream Brulee. I'm just using this to moisturize my lips, so by the time I put on my lipstick today, it looks nice and ready to go. Next, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. My eye makeup on this look is really simple, so I like to do my face first. Next, I'm going to go in with the NYX Plump Right Back. Y'all know how I feel about this primer. It is just so good. If you have dry skin, oily skin, I highly recommend, no matter what skin type you have. Then I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. This primer routine does not fail for me. That's why I use it so much. I'm putting this just in my T-zone area. I also always make sure I get this on the smile lines. It really helps with that. I'm going to use the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation today. This is in the shade New Orleans. It's not the current shade. I believe the current shade is New Caledonia, if I'm not mistaken. I have been gardening like crazy, and I don't mean the TikTok gardening. I mean like literally growing plants, like veggie plants and fruits and stuff like that. So my skin is so tan right now. I don't think any of these foundations match me right now, but we're just gonna have to deal with that, y'all. This foundation matched me perfectly. It is too late now. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush to blend this into my skin. The match isn't terrible, but I need a foundation that's like 2 shades darker at this point. You really want to take your time when you're doing your foundation because this is gonna set the tone for your whole makeup. If your foundation isn't blended in well, then everything else isn't gonna look right. And skin is the most important thing for this look because I like my skin to look nice and flawless. I don't care what time of the year it is. I want my skin to be full coverage, but this foundation does not feel heavy. That's why I like wearing it during the summer, and it gives a nice glow. I'm going to take this on my eyelids as well. I'm using something different to contour today. This is the Maybelline Lifter Stick, and this is in the shade 80, and this really contours my face, okay? I'm going to use the Morphe E22 brush to blend out my nose per usual. And then I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics number 4 brush to blend out the contour on my face. And as you can see, I'm moving pretty quick with this just because this is a look that I do all the time. And I tried to complete this look in less than 30 minutes. Now let's do our highlighting concealers. Y'all already know I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape. These concealers never fail me. I'm going to go in with Deep first, and I'm going to go down the center of my face with this color. And then I'm going to do the outer corner of my eye here just to lift that up a bit. And then I'm also going to go right here on the inner corner of my eye on both sides. And then I'm also going to go in with another shade. This is the shade Tan Deep Sand. And I like using this just in the inner corner of my eye just to brighten this area a little more. In the meantime, we're going to do a little blush. I'm going to go in with this One Size Girly Pop palette. I'm using the cream blush on top with a MAC 130 brush. It's just a dual fiber stippling brush. And I'm going to put this all over my cheeks. I feel like I've been obsessed with this blush ever since I first discovered it. I think it's so pretty for the summer. Orange blush is cool too. So if you don't like pink, then go for a more warm tone, like orangey coral blush. You'll love that. I know my blush looks crazy right now, but once I blend out my concealer, it's going to be just fine. I'm going in with the Pro Beauty Blender, the black one, and we're going to blend out all of this concealer. Y'all know I do a combination of going back and forth between my beauty blender and my foundation brush. It's a lot easier to blend when you let your concealer sit for a little while, but you don't want to let it sit for too long. And if you're using a different concealer, just make sure you're not using one that dries really quick because that's not going to work. Before I blend out my under eye, I'm going to get my sponge ready to go. Thank God I had a backup of my Sweet Honey because this ran completely out. So let's go ahead and blend out the under eye area. Go around the edges with your brush. It makes it really easy just to blend everything out. I really like to take my time when I blend my under eye area because I do not like it creasing here. That will make me go wash off my makeup so quick, y'all. Now let's go in and set that. This is the One Size Sweet Honey powder that we had already prepped. Next, I'm going to use that One Size setting powder all over where I highlighted, y'all. This step is optional, but if you have oilier skin, especially in your T-zone area, I recommend doing this. I know everything looks crazy right now, but trust the process. I'm going in with my MAC Studio Fix powder, and this is the original formula, not the new one, with the e.l.f. powder brush, and I'm putting this all over where we did not highlight, even over my blush. I think I just went in with the NC 44.5 shade all over my face instead of NC 55. We're gonna have to correct that. I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever HD Skin Matte Velvet in the shade 4Y70. I need to get my skin back in order because it's looking crazy, okay? I know I say trust the process, but we gotta get our skin back in order. Next, I'm gonna go in with the NARS Brow Perfector in Atacama. I was actually gonna use the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil today, but I completely ran out of that, so I need to get some more. But this one is nice too. I think this is just a hint darker than the Benefit Brow Pencil. So I use that on the outer 3/4 of my brow. Then I go in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Detailer in the shade number 4, and I use this on the front of my brow. And I draw brow strokes upwards. I'm going to clean up my brows with concealer, but y'all can see big difference. I'm going to do the same on this side. Next, I'm going in with the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC45 with this Makeup Addiction Concealer brush. And I'm going to use this to clean up underneath my brows. I really like doing this step just to carve the brows out and try to make them look as similar as possible. They're not going to be twins. Sometimes they're sisters, but majority of the time, mine look like cousins, distant cousins, okay? But that's all right. It adds a little bit of character to my face, okay? And then I use this large fluffy brush from JCat Beauty just to blend that further into my skin. If you don't have discoloration on your eyelids, you don't have to do this step. And technically, I don't even have to because of the shades that I'm going to be using for eyeshadow. But I am going to go in with the Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NW43 just on my eyelids. I really just like to cancel out discoloration. I'm first going in with MAC Texture eyeshadow with this Morphe E27 brush. And we're going to put this all in the crease just to warm that area up a bit. Next, I'm going to go in with MAC Swiss Chocolate. This is like a warm tone, chocolatey brown, and I'm going to put this all over the lid and blend it a little bit into the crease. I'm going to use a MAC 212 brush to blend this into my lid. So we're using all matte shadows today, as you can see. It's kind of like how my natural lids are discolored. I don't know. It just looks a lot better than just having like my natural lids, if that makes any sense. But it looks so natural once I put the lashes on. Next, we're going to use this large fluff brush from Makeup Addiction, and I'm going to use the MAC Studio Fix Powder in NC 44.5, original formula, of course. And I'm going to put this underneath my brows just to set that concealer that we put there earlier. And then we're going to use the same shades underneath our eyes that we put in the crease. So first, MAC Texture, and this is an e.l.f. crease brush. And then I'm going to go back in with Swiss Chocolate, and this is a Makeup Addiction small pencil brush. I'm using this shade on the outer half of my eyelid. Next, I'm going to take a dark brown eye pencil, and I'm going to smudge this on my upper lash line just to add a little bit of definition. Don't want to do a black because that's like too much. Then I'm going to take the MAC 228S brush, and I'm going to use that to smudge the liner out some more. I'm also going to put that Urban Decay pencil in my waterline. Next, I'm going to take my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, and I'm going to use this on my upper and my lower lashes. We're going to be putting on false lashes, so it doesn't need to be too crazy on the top. For lashes, I'm going in with this Eye Envy 3D Collection Mink Impact number 8 lashes. I really like these. And then I'm also using the Eye Envy Super Strong Hold Adhesive in clear. If you don't know how to apply lashes, I'll link a shorts video that I did. But I'm going to go ahead and just pop my lashes on in the middle. And then I pull in the inner and then the outer corner. You just want to get it as close to your natural lashes as possible. And these lashes are perfect for this look, honestly. Let's go ahead and do the lips. I'm first going to go in with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Chain Reaction. It's just like a warm tone brown shade. And I do like to slightly overline my lips. Next, I'm going to go in with MAC Cool Teddy Lipstick. This combo has literally had me in a chokehold, y'all. And every time I wear it, someone always asks me what lip combo this is. You can do a lip gloss with this. Sometimes I do lip gloss, sometimes I leave it just like this. I'm going to leave it just like this today. Next, I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetics number 3 brush with the MAC Matte Sunstruck Bronzer in Rich Rosé. It's broken, as you can see. That's why I'm not lifting it up too much. And we're going to put this everywhere where we applied the contour and bronzer earlier. Right here on my cheekbone. And then also my jawline, just to warm the skin up further. Then I'm going to take this Ofra Midi palette in the shade Cotton Candy Skies. I'm going to go in with the shade right here, and I'm going to put this on my cheeks. I forget the name of this brush, but it's from NARS. I'll have it linked for y'all, of course. I forgot to put bronzer on my nose, so let's do that now. So down the bridge of my nose here, just to give it shape and definition and add some color there. And then I'm going to do the same right here on the tip of my nose. We've got the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I do a sandwich. I start my makeup with this and I end my makeup with this. And here is the finished look, y'all. Somehow darker shades on the lid just look like a lot more natural on my skin. I think it's because I naturally have dark lids, so I've really been loving this look. A lot of the times when I try to film a look that I do all the time, it never comes out right, but this look turned out exactly how it looked when I rock it on a regular basis. If you enjoyed this look, definitely give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your continued love and support. It means so much to me. If you are not already subscribed to my vlog channel, definitely do so. I post over there as well and on TikTok all the time. So if you don't catch me on here, you'll definitely catch me in one of those 2 places. If you have not already checked out my latest video, you'll definitely want to do that next. I'm going to leave the link right here for y'all.